Supercar Showdown. The McLaren Artura versus Acura NSX versus a Porsche 911 Turbo. Now the past takes on the future, but the past isn't going without a fight. It's not just for fuel economy minded commuter cars anymore. Every sport car and supercar are going hybrid. The roster of hybrid supercars has grown yet again with the introduction of the 2021 McLaren Artura and the all-new models that slide in above the GT but below the 720S in the McLaren lineup. The Artura boasts some mind-blowing performance stats, putting it directly in sights of another hybrid supercar icon, the 2021 Acura NSX, which is just straight out amazing. Now on paper, the new Artura looks poised to take on and possibly surpass the NSX, which has been one of the market since 2016. It was updated in 2018. But McLaren doesn't only have to dodge punches from the Acura, it will also draw attention from the biggest icon of them all, the Porsche 911 Turbo. Does the McLaren Artura have what it takes to defeat these supercars? Let's check the specs out and find out. Styling. McLaren cars are often striking, and the Artura is no exception. Though the Artura is nearly the same length of the 720S, it's narrower and has a shorter wheelbase. Like its big sibling, the Artura features awesome curves, vents, ducts, all of which serve as aerodynamic mission to make this car faster and sleeker and aerodynamic. It's functional artwork at its best, dedicated to form and function without compromising on anything. By contrast, the NSX is much sharper, accentuating the difference between Japanese and British design. Both feature beautiful flying buttresses above massive ear vents, but we think the Artura pulls them off with more grace. Now, as for the Porsche 911 Turbo, it sits on a disadvantage in terms of pure beauty. The Turbo looks like most of the 911 models, aside from the vents behind the doors. And if it's ordered, it's got such a, the red is sort of a boring color. And most casual onlookers won't even be able to tell that this is a base Carrera model. If your goal is to drive fast without drawing too much attention, Porsche is it. The Germans are conservative in their designs. They're not like the Brits, as you can see. Interior comfort comes standard. Old school supercars interior were extremely minimalist at best. We wouldn't want to spend more than a few hours in one. Now today's supercars are no less comfortable than the average luxury sedan. McLaren cabins have lagged behind the competition in the past compared to other supercars. But the Artura seems like it's a leap in the right direction. The steering wheel continues to remain free from controls, but McLaren has placed rocker switches nearby. So we have to play with the 8-inch touchscreen in person to see if it's improved over the outgoing system. But McLaren has finally made Apple CarPlay and Android Auto vehicles. Porsche cabin looks more conventional than the McLaren, which is definitely nice. And Porsche has finally made Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available. Porsche cabins look more conventional than the McLaren, with more of that German organized feel, or a German interior look. Now we feel the 911 Cockpit would be the most comfortable of all of these on a long journey. It's spacious, feels nice, and premium build quality. While it's no crazy looking place, the Acura NSX is at a clear disadvantage in the interior department. Acura had no choice but to borrow many of its cabin controls from Honda. And those components, they do look quite cheap. There are plenty of solid material in the NSX cabin, but it still trails behind the other. I don't have a Acura NSX pic here. But if you've seen a Honda Accord, that's basically your interior of the Acura NSX. Now, performance. The Artura is the first McLaren to use the 3.0-liter twin turbocharged V6, which produces 577 horsepower and 431 pound-feet of torque. When combined with the electric motor, it dishes out 671 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque. 0-62 comes in amazing 3.0 seconds. 3.0, that is. And respectively, 124, 8.3, 186, 21.5 seconds. A top speed of 205 miles per hour. Now, a lot of people may be sad that the 3.8 V8 is gone. But this new V6 revs to an impressive 8,500 horsepower. Why am I saying horsepower? What I mean is RPMs. With the hybrid assistant, it takes it to another performance level. But the Porsche revs up to like 9,000 RPMs. So, wow. The Artura has another trick. And unlike the other two, it's a plug-in hybrid. The NSX has electric augmentation, but the Artura can be plugged in, charged up, and driven 19 miles on electricity alone. That is nice. The NSX packs a similar twin turbocharged V6, but 3 electric motors combined to produce 573 horsepower and 476 pound-feet of torque. McLaren and Acura up on power, but 2 of the NSX electric motors sit on the front axle to create an all-wheel drivetrain. This enables NSX to get to 60 in 2.7 seconds, beating the Artura. Ouch. Now, compared to the Artura, the NSX and the 911 Turbo is kind of a dinosaur with the conventional 3.8-liter twin turbocharged flat 6. The 911 Turbo produces 572 horsepower in the base and 640 horsepower in the Turbo S. With an 8-speed PDK transmission sending power to all 4 wheels, the Turbo S is the quickest. Wow. Are we looking at 2.6 seconds? It also matches the McLaren 205 miles per hour top speed, something you won't be able to do in the United States. And if you do, you'll get a crazy ticket, folks. Practicality, there's one clear winner. Supercars aren't designed with practicality in mind, but one of these cars clearly paid more attention to livability than the other two. McLaren quotes 660-liter cargo capacity in the Artura's front trunk, which translates to 5.65 cubic feet. Though the European trunk measurements are not always comparable, falling short of the McLaren GT combined 20.1 cubes. Since the NSX has electric motors in the front, it's limited as far as it has a tiny trunk with only 4.4 cubic feet of space. Also, the trunk sits atop of the exhaust, so it tends to get quite hot. But at least the NSX boasts all-wheel drive, making it a bit easier to drive in the rain or snow. Porsche holds a clear advantage here with practicality. The 911 front trunk isn't massive, with only 4.5 cubic feet, but it is only one of the 3 to boast the back seats. Albeit, of course, you're going to put your tiny little children back there. Should those seats prove to be good for small passengers, they can also be folded down 9.3 cubic feet of trunk space. Like the NSX, the 911 Turbo also drives all 4 wheels, meaning they can be driven in inclement weather. Rain, snow, sleet, or shine. Now let's look at the pricing. There are no bargains among these supercars. You're talking about $225,000 to $200,000 and $157,000 starting with the Acura. Porsche price at the 911 Turbo, they can start at $170.8 thousand. So if you're already spending that big cash, you might as well go to the Turbo S, $203,500. While the McLaren is still pricier, Porsche extensive option list will likely create some overlap between the two cars. So, for your money, the affordable Acura has seemingly already fallen from grace and has lost the limelight. On paper, the 911 Turbo and the Artura stacks up as the cars that was still the most attention. On the final decision, but the McLaren, I love that McLaren, folks. The Artura is just awesome, folks. Awesome. If you got the money and you got the time, you might as well go ahead and shine. And the McLaren won't leave you far behind, especially if you're on your grind. You can make it happen. And the Artura is going to get all the attention. And I love that hybrid system. It's going to be like you're driving a baby P1. You're going to feel good. I mean, it's a feeling like no other. And I think that the Artura is a beast. And I've always loved Porsche, especially the 911 Turbo, especially the GT3. But Porsche is a beast too as well. But as far as technological advance and hybrid technology, that Artura. But then there's that question. You know, British cars have always had a problem with reliability. But I don't know. I haven't heard too much negative things about. Oh yes, I have. I've seen YouTubers talk about, soon they bought the McLaren, they had to take it away to get fixed. And I'm thinking there's a few people that I've seen. There's always something happening, but then I'm not hearing. I think it just faded away, and I think you just had to keep the battery charged. And I think that was the problem with most McLarens, is that you just have to keep the battery. You have to have the trickle charger going on. But the reliability is always a question mark. But I love McLaren, folks. And it would be the Artura for me. Of course, I would get a warranty. But I think that is the beast. And I think actually what I heard too is that it's like a 5-year warranty on these now. So I think McLaren upped the ante with that. So I would definitely get the McLaren Artura, and I think that one is the winner. Hey, Automotive Reviews, thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Until we meet again, goodbye. Hi, this is Bruce from AO Automotive Reviews, encouraging you to subscribe, to like, and to continue watching these videos. Thanks for watching. And I look forward to putting out a lot more great content. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Much love. Peace out.